The Barbershop, Terry.
Barbershop. Thank you guys for joining us here tonight at Slide 95. My name is T. Holla.
And I am Marcus Trufant.
And we are the Barbershop. We're the voice of the people, the voice of the streets, the voice inside the locker room. We kind of have the conversations that nobody really has except for in the barbershop, right, True?
Well, yeah, the concept of the barbershop, for the people who don't know or who may be checking us out for the first time, in cultural barbershops, urban barbershops, you come out and you don't only get a haircut. You come out, you talk about everything, you talk about your family, you talk about your life, you talk about what you used to do in high school. Most of it's lies. But of course it's all about having a good time and just having that community feel.
Yeah, and that's what we like to do here. Have a good time, have a conversation about what's hot. It's not always just about sports. We talk about current events, what's hot. And really what's hot right now, especially in this city, is the National Football League. We got any Seahawks fans in the house? A couple, 2 or 3 Seahawks players around
just
here.
Just a few, yeah, just a few.
Yeah, but did anybody happen to catch the game this past weekend? It wasn't leaving us with a really great feeling. Last night I actually coined a term. It's called SLD. You might have not heard of it yet, but it's going to become very popular. It's called Seattle Loss Disorder. And it's basically, and I know you guys have all felt it, when you're walking around, you went to get your coffee this morning, or you stopped at the grocery store and everybody's kind of like, yes, I'll have the double latte. And everybody's kind of, and then you're mad at your kids all day and everything. Nothing really turns around until next Sunday, right? Now, y'all felt that as fans? Yeah. Or am I the only one? Yeah. Okay. True, and I want to ask you from someone who's been inside the locker room, we as fans feel really bad after a loss. How is it as a player?
Well, to be honest, as a player, you go through a little SLD, right? That's what you call it, SLD, but just a little bit. The players are trained, just trained to move on. And to be honest, it's that way whether you win or whether you lose. If you focus on last week's game and you had 2 or 3 interceptions, or just speaking for myself, and you go in the next week, and you're playing against another big time guy, if you're living off last week's games, you're gonna go into this game and you're most likely gonna get your head beat in, you're gonna play terrible, you're gonna be on ESPN and all that kind of fun stuff that you don't wanna do. So SLD is more for the fans. I'm a fan now, so I did have a little bit of SLD. I don't drink coffee, so I go to the store with my kids and they want me to, I don't know, to get more toys or whatever.
And they don't get it this week.
So there's no more Barbies, there's none of that extra. So I went through it a little bit as well, but it's just about the fans and the players. They get over it fairly quick because they got to prepare for next week.
Right, so the team's going to get over it, hopefully, because they got a big game coming up this week. We got the Carolina Panthers coming in town. Boo, you can boo if you want to. But yeah, they got a solid defense. They got a very good quarterback in Cam Newton. What do you think the Seahawks look like rebounding this week against the Panthers?
Well, the Seahawks are coached very well. So they didn't have a terrible game last week. That's what it kind of feels like. It feels like they just played terrible, and I don't think that's true. They played good in spots, and then they had a little letdown. On offense, they did pretty good. They ran the ball well. They had Mr. Rawls. He did his thing. He ran for 169 yards or something like that. And the defense, they played well, but they just didn't play well in the fourth quarter. So they had good spots. So I know they're going to tighten that stuff up all throughout this week, and they're going to fix it, and they're going to get it right. They're coming home too. So they're coming home to the 12, so it's going to be off the chain. It's going to be loud. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be a good game.
Yeah. So are we going to get a win this week?
Yeah! Absolutely.
All right. Another thing that's been really hot in the news this week has been the University of Southern California. And they
are laughing.
They must have touched the nerve in the room, right? Coach Sarkisian, Steve Sarkisian, who was the coach at the University of Washington here in Seattle, was relieved of his duties at the head coaching position in Southern California because he has a drinking problem, okay? Earlier at the beginning of the season, he had a boisterous kind of uproar at an alumni event where he shouldn't have said some things that he said true.
Yes.
And they kind of put him on notice. And then last week, after he got his butt kicked a little bit by these husky dogs, I guess he went on another drinking excursion. Yeah.
Go Cougs, right?
Cougs, right?
Right.
And he was let go of his job. So true. There's been a lot of opinions about Coach Sarkisian and his problem and the disease of alcoholism. What do you think about Sarkisian being let go, and do you think he deserves some redemption?
Well, at first it seemed like people were kind of joking about it. You got people in the crowd, they laughing at it, at Sark. Well, yeah, alcoholism, like you said, is a disease. So I feel like the school, they did put him on notice because he had that episode in the beginning, but it just seemed like they kind of had a quick hook. So they could have shipped him off to the rehab deal, had him do his thing, and bring him on back. He's a good coach. He still knows football, and I don't know, but I guess you're in front of kids that aren't 21. You're going to people's house. I don't know if my parents would feel a way if a coach is coming to recruit and he's been through what he's been through, and he's asking my son to come play for him. That's going to be a tough deal for parents.
Right, yeah. And again, some of the stuff that's come out, after he's been let go is that he was actually drinking during a game. Now, as a parent, I don't know if you'd want to send your kid, your son, to be led by somebody that's drinking during a game or drinking on the plane after. How do you tell a kid, look, you can't go to the party and drink and party like that like you're supposed to in college when your coach is doing it? It doesn't make sense.
Well, to be honest, I guess let's be fair. Pretty much 99% of the coaches everywhere drink, right?
Ooh, I didn't know that. I would not expect that.
See, this is the barbershop. We keep it honest, and to be honest, 99% of the parents are going to be drinking as well.
Oh, I didn't expect that either.
So it's just about doing it the right way. So Sark, he's out of line a little bit. He's out of bounds because he's doing it at games and at practice and on the planes and all that kind of stuff. You can't do that, but I think we got to be fair here. We got to take a step back, and this man needs some help.
I agree. I think Sark does need some help. And even though I was kind of upset at him about the way he left the University of Washington, kind of left my Huskies hanging, I still feel for him. I think he needs to get his help, get his life together first and foremost. Speaking of those Huskies, the in-state teams have been playing some real good football, man. The Huskies, like I said, they went down to Southern California, beat USC, ranked number 17 in the country. And then your boys,
my boys,
them kitty cats, they came on. They went on down to Oregon. They went on down to Oregon and beat a highly rated Oregon team, man. What do you think the status is of the Washington football right now?
Well, I hope it's good, man. Especially for the Cougs. They got Mr. Leach out there doing this thing, and I hope games like this, we need to have more games of this stature that are won. I think it's going to be good for recruiting. It'll be good for the future. I'm looking for us to build and do better things, and just get some defense over there. We're playing great offense, but the defense at times is struggling a little bit, so we just need to even it up a little bit. Yeah,
I'm really looking forward to the Apple Cup this year. Anybody ready for that? I think we should do something for Apple Cup.
I think we should.
I don't know, is it over there, over here? I don't even know. Does anybody know?
I don't know.
Because if it's here, well good, then I could probably go to it. I'm allergic to crossing those mountains, man. But and I didn't tell you about this, True. There's another story that I read in the news this week, and I kind of want to share with you guys. How many men do we have in house tonight? Yeah. Can I make some noise? How many real men do we have in house? Right. How many men do we have that look at Playboy? Okay, I know some of you have probably looked at Playboy once or twice.
99%, right?
Right. Allegedly. But something I found out this week, Playboy magazine is doing away with nude women. Now, does that sound crazy to you?
Well, my wife is here, so.
It's about time they got rid of them nude. What have they been waiting on?
Can you tell us why, though? Because
well, here's what has happened. Basically, the subscription to Playboy magazine has dropped from the early 70s, where it was about 6 million people subscribed to the magazine, to now they got about 800,000 people subscribing. And basically, what I believe is that nowadays, pornography is so easily accessible to people. You can just reach your hand out to your phone and see the most outlandish, wildest, whatever you want to. You can type in midget naked on a donkey and you'll find it. And Playboy.
How do you know that? That was too detailed.
I mean, I do the midget thing, but not donkey. But I just think it's interesting to note that a magazine that was noted for nude women is doing away with nude.
Yeah, that just shows that the time we're in and the technology and where everything is going. You can get everything from your phone and on your iPads and your computer. So old school stuff like that is going out the window.
Yeah, well, again, fellas, if you want to get your paper copies, you better hurry up quick because they're going out of business. When we come back, we're going to have a special guest with us tonight, Steven Haushcka, the place kicker for the Seattle Seahawks. Hey! It's an icebreaker. It always works, right? Welcome back to the Barbershop. I am still T. Holla. This is still true, but we have a special guest with us. Seattle Seahawks place kicker, Mr. Consistent himself, Steven Haushcka. First of all, I want to say thank you for joining us, man, on your day off. I know you could be doing anything else, but you came to hang out with us in the barbershop. Thank you very much.
Much appreciated.
Thank you very much.
Now, before we get started, man, you know we're in a barbershop. Everybody has a nickname. I'm T. Holla. This is true.
True.
What are we gonna call you? Hausch Money?
Hausch Money.
Hausch Money. Hausch Money's in the house, y'all. Let's not pull any punches. Let's cut straight to the chase. We talked about it earlier. The SLD is real. The Seahawks is 2-3. To the average person out there watching, the 12s and fans, they kind of, they're thinking that the team is trying to find their identity. Except for you, you've been very consistent. I'm not saying that's because he's here. Been very consistent. You're 11 of 411 on your field goals this year. Made all your PATs. My question is, can you play offensive line?
Good question.
Good question. Man, we're gonna be fine. We're gonna be fine. It's gonna be just fine. You got to get your football right, and that's tough to do. And at the beginning of the season, sometimes you go up against, you don't necessarily know your own recipe for success, and some of these other teams that might not be, good down the stretch. They're tough to beat because you don't know where their weaknesses are yet.
Right.
So at the beginning of the season, it's a little harder if you're a good team, but. We'll get it together. We got to get our football right, and the morale in the locker room's fine. I mean, guys are disappointed, but everyone in there knows we've got a great team, and it's worth working for.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to ask you. I was kind of joking about the offensive line thing, but I really wanted to get the mood of the team and the locker room. I know that, everybody has been feeling kind of upset and down around the city, but the locker room is still upbeat. I got still feeling like there's a light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah, I mean, it stinks to lose, right?
Right.
But it can't get much worse than what happened in February. Let's just be honest. So, no one's afraid of that. We're not afraid of playing football. We're not afraid to lose. So we just got to go out there, think positively, lay it out on the line, and get our football right. Most importantly, there's just a few things that we haven't gotten right as a team, and those are going to be taken advantage of.
Nice. I like the confidence, Steve. I like it. Sounds good.
Exudes confidence.
Well, my question is, I always like to bring the fans into the locker room. The 12s, they really embrace the Seahawks. And my time at the Seahawks, I would see the kickers, I would see the long snappers, and you guys are kind of like a gang. If you guys hang out together all day.
Not a very cool gang.
You guys do a lot of different stuff, but you guys still a part of the team, but you guys do things a little bit differently. So to the normal fan, they might not understand the stuff that you guys go through. So just walk me and everybody else through like a normal day of practice stuff that you guys do.
Yeah, sure. The NFL is all about the details, and whether it's special teams, offense, defense, those details matter, and even more in kicking and punting, you gotta really pay attention to your flexibility, how your body's moving. So it's a lot of training on my end, at least. I do Pilates and foundation training. Lots of other leg exercises, weird little exercises that help me get motion in the hips so that I can kick the ball the way I need to. And those are the details the average fan wouldn't understand, or even some of my teammates, but they have their own things that they have to do as well. So I'm sure Russell Wilson has probably 10 routines that no one else on the team does, but he needs it for him to be able to play at the level he does. So, everyone just respects how different each of our positions are, and they understand that a lot goes into it.
Yeah, but I think what Drew was really trying to get at, because I've been around football for a long time too, and I know, like I said, the kickers during practice, you kind of go off and do your own thing. And all the kickers I know that I've had experience with over my lifetime have all been kind of goofy. You guys do stuff like quirky. I won't call you goofy, but you would do the guys that they would lock each other in the bathroom, or they would tie their shoes together, or they would find a special spot in the stadium and go pee in. I mean, do you guys have that kind of relationship? You and other kickers on the team?
No, but
no, not at all.
Yeah, I mean, but we're weird. I think I'm normal, but my wife doesn't. Probably my teammates don't, but they love it. I mean, we got a bunch of characters on the team, and we're definitely not the weirdest guys on the team. On ours. I don't want to name names, but
we're gonna leave the names out to protect the innocent or the not innocent, right?
Yeah.
One of the things that the fans might not know was that you actually did your undergrad at Middlebury.
Mm-hmm.
And not only did you do your undergrad there, you graduated with a BA in neuroscience.
Yep.
Hey, right? So my question is, when football is all said and done, do you have any aspirations of moving into that field, doing something with that?
Oh man, well, so I grew up in a family of medicine. My mom was a dentist. My dad was a scientist at Harvard and Children's Hospital in Boston, and so I thought I wanted to go into medicine, but now playing a football career, there was one point where I was considering both, but now that I'm 8 years into my football career, I don't think I'd want to go back to medical school or something and set myself back. I know how long it takes people in medicine to, get to the earning a paycheck. I mean, not that.
Earning a paycheck is good. Don't sugarcoat it.
I mean, that'd be tough. How do you do that? In your mid-30s, set yourself back for 8 years like that. That's a tough life change there. But
you'll be a chiropractor.
He's just saying he's getting paid well now.
I'm getting paid well now. We'll see what happens. But I mean, I'd love to take those. It's my mind's very analytical, and I'd love to take those skills and my background and bring it towards something in the future that maybe I can use my football experience as well. Okay. I don't know whether that's going to be in training. I think about it a lot, but I don't really know what it's going to be yet.
Okay. Now, one more for you.
Okay, come on.
So I know you did the neuroscience thing. And you got guys in the locker room like Doug Baldwin, who's from Stanford, and Richard Sherman from Stanford. Who's the smartest guy in the locker room?
Man, we got a lot of quick thinkers on the team.
Yes,
and
you do.
Out on the football field, like you can see it. Russ, just like instinctual guys. I don't know, but as far as like a written test, I don't know. You guys.
I'm just putting you on the spot, man. I want to start a locker room quarrel.
Okay, I think I'd win like the long research paper or the long exam, but I'm sure the quick thinking exam I would not do well. Too deliberate. Maybe that would be Russ or Richard. Probably Richard's pretty smart. Even Marshawn's pretty smart. I don't think guys realize that.
Even Marshawn.
No. He's like everything. A lot of things he does aren't by accident.
Very calculated.
Very calculated, and it works. It always seems to work in his favor.
All right. Well, yeah. Speaking of Middlebury, you started your career there playing soccer, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. So you had ups and downs, and it's correct. You didn't make the soccer team there.
I played my freshman year on the JV team, and then this second year I decided to play football.
Okay. Yeah. So I just want to talk about the ups and downs of that and the way that the 12s are feeling now. You have a career that maybe doesn't start out the way you want it to, but you go over, you play football. Football can be up and down as well. You started out 2009, I think it was. You're kind of bouncing around a little bit. So just talk to the 12s again and just talk about the psyche of the player. I know you guys don't have the best record right now, or the record that you want exactly, but what is the psyche of the player right now? Just talk about the ups and downs and where you have to be.
Yeah, I mean, it's a fact that what leads to success is a lot of hard work. and a lot of experience, and the only way to do that is, you know, to have your ups and downs and to learn from those mistakes. And you know, Coach was talking about how, you know, our team's made up of a bunch of guys that are gritty, that have a lot of experience, who have, you know, made adjustments to setbacks in their lives, and, you know, responded really well to it. I think that's why you see a lot of undrafted receivers on our team, and, you know, just a lot of undrafted players in general, because it's the guys that that have the drive to keep working hard and keep getting better. And in the end, that's what separates us, is our work ethic.
Nice.
Okay. Well, I got a fictitious question for you. I want us to use our imagination. This is imagination time in the barbershop, boys and girls. Let's just imagine that you just boomed a 60-yard kickoff, and the crowd is screaming, and the guys are running here and there, and then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, comes Tyler Lockett with the ball, and it's you and Tyler Lockett in the end zone. Mm-hmm. Do you make the play? Do you tackle him in the open field? Can you tackle him?
No way. Easy question. No way. Are you serious?
No, I'm just saying. I mean, you're out there, right? You got a helmet on.
Yeah, I got a helmet on, but I don't have legs that work well.
No, I just wanted to see, because, you know, we get a chance to see guys like him on TV. I've never got a chance to see him up close and personal on the field, do the things that he does. Is it as spectacular in person as it looks on TV?
Yeah, I mean, he's a cool kid. He's really smooth out on the field, but I mean, once again, his work ethic. He's out there just you know, trying to get better every day, and, you know, in the meeting room and also out on the practice field. And it's going to separate him. He's just going to keep getting better, and but out on the field, he's crazy. Just so, like, smooth. And a lot of guys, like, they look fast out on the field and, like, they're chopping their feet, but Tyler's gaining ground the entire time. So every one of his strides is, you know, maxed out. So he's actually, like, covering a lot of ground. Whereas other punt returners catch the ball, or kickoff returners stutter a little bit, and then the next thing you know, they're you know, tackled because the entire net is down there. You know, because each time he stutters his feet, you know, the coverage team is gaining ground on him. Whereas Lockett just is, like, already halfway up the field before the coverage team is there.
That's awesome, man. We do have the best special teams, I believe, in the whole National Football League, right?
All right, it's time to bring it on home. So I want to introduce the fans. For those fans who might not know you as well as they would like to, I have a couple questions just so the fans can get a little deeper into.
Let me mention one thing too. I just opened up. I'm not, like, the most public guy, but I just opened up a public Instagram account, Steven Haushcka. So check it out if you want to see.
Can you say that again? I don't think.
Steven Haushcka 4.
There you go.
The number.
Follow. Okay, my first question is, just so the people get to know you a little bit better again. That we know you spent a lot of time out in Vermont. What is the longest time you've been without a shower?
He's gonna ask his wife.
I went on a camping trip for 2 weeks as an 8th grader. So that would be 2 weeks without.
Okay.
Yeah, that's probably about it.
They said yikes. Yeah. All right. Last one. We know you have a lot of die-hard fans who want to know the real you. What is your go-to song to sing in the shower?
Oh no, I can't sing in the shower.
Everybody sings in the shower. Hausch Money?
No.
Are you not human? Doesn't everybody sing in the shower?
No,
You karaoke?
I shower in the locker room, man.
That's the only place you shower?
No.
I used to always hear the D lineman singing in the shower. Yeah.
Let's see. Best song.
But this your go-to.
My go-to?
Yeah, this your go-to.
Gosh, Backstreet Boys.
He lightweight look like a Backstreet Boy, don't he?
I want it that way.
Nice.
I would go to that one too. I always kind of wanted to
That's
be
more of a joke, but it is a great song. Everyone liked it at one point.
Okay, right.
I used to want to be a Blackstreet Boy.
All right, yeah, that's it, man. That's my questions, man.
Right on. Well, I want to say thank you on behalf of the Barbershop
Absolutely.
for joining us on your day off. We know you're a little under the weather, so we got you some chicken soup.
How do you feel better?
Got you some chicken soup and some sparkling ice water,
ice, baby.
lemon. It'll keep you hydrated.
Sweet.
And we got some emergency too in the back for you. Some airborne.
Thank you.
So again, give a round of applause for Steven Haushcka. Right on. So again, thank you guys for joining us. Myself and True will be here every week, bringing you the hottest interviews, bringing you the hottest topics, bringing you the hottest conversation. You can always find us here at barbershop206.com.
Absolutely, and everybody can join our glorious Facebook group. That's where we get a lot of this craziness we talk about. The official Barbershop, you can check us out there. And yeah, baby, let's keep doing it, T. Let's make it happen, huh?
Until next time.
Only in the Barbershop, baby. Woo!